You may be aware that it was in the Arrey judgment that the ICTR affairs or international law, it was declared that rape could be genocide or a crime against humanity. So that was a new principle, because before then rape was not included. It was decided before I came. That was before 2003. But when I came, I heard about the case and we learned about it, and we all followed the principle. So there's a lot of difference too between rape in the International Tribunal and what goes on in domestic jurisdiction, because in ICTR and other international tribunals, the rape is the people who commit the rape target a special group and is done at a large scale. In domestic jurisdiction, it's just one person or at least two individuals raping one person. And then in the international court too, the rapes are really vicious, because not only do they do the normal rape, they use all sorts of objects to insert to do the raping with. So you find it is horrible. And the victims, I don't think the whole idea is just for the person to have any pleasure. It is more to show that the person who is inflicting the pain or committing the rape has more power over the victim. Because in some cases you hear them say, oh, these Tutsis, they thought they were very beautiful. This is what is happening. Today we have the opportunity, or when he's a commander, or he prefer giving orders. So you can have your share of the Tutsi women today and enjoy them as much as possible. And then in domestic, throughout my years as a judge in my country, I never came across any case where a pregnant woman was raped, but in ICTR it happened a lot. And then the age groups too, any age group could be raped during war, but during peacetime in national jurisdictions, it's mostly young people and young women that were raped. So that is what I found about the offense. And of course, it took a lot of counseling in the ICTR. They had to counsel the victims, and since the cases came years and years after the actual rape, we couldn't depend on medical certificates to confirm that X or Y or Z was raped. We had to depend on the testimony of either the victims or those who were present, or even hearsay evidence. So those are the things. They had counseling. In my country, there's no counseling given to the victims, and so forth. And then they had special protection. Even after they've given, before coming to give evidence, they had to undergo medical treatment, because some of them ended up with HIV. And after giving evidence, the medical treatment continued and the counseling continued. Sometimes this counseling even went to the family concerned, because in Africa, as perhaps in other countries too, families don't want you to know that any member of their family has been raped, because it's sort of like a stigma. And then if you are raped, they will say you are used goods. And like in my country, they will say there's no smoke without fire. So they want to attribute some fault to you, that you couldn't have been raped if you didn't contribute something to the offense being committed. So I must confess that when I just went to the International Tribunal, I found it difficult to sleep at night for almost a month. When you listen to these horrible tales, how human beings were butchered, you hear how a woman, they opened up her stomach with a spear, a pregnant woman removed the child and cut into bits. You hear how people were raped in front of their children, some as young as 2-3 years old. Then the woman ends up having HIV. It was really difficult, but after some time I got used to it.